You see, we always talk about healing and growing and being in our single season, right? But one thing that we need to discuss is when it comes to healing and growing. See, there are some people out here who are in their single season, but they're not healing. They're not growing. They're not setting boundaries. When you're healing, this is you speaking to your spirit. Your spirit is now leveling up as well, right? And when I say your spirit is leveling up, the men that you talked to in the past, they don't have a chance now. They wouldn't even have a chance. They will walk past you. Even men of that certain caliber, they will walk right past you because her spirit already said no before the physical even had a chance to. You understand? Let me tell you a little story, right? There was a guy, and I've probably told this story on YouTube a few times, but there was a guy, and he wanted to talk to me. And I felt it in my stomach. I felt it in my chest, and I usually that's how God gives me, confirmation. I feel it in my stomach. So I felt it in my stomach, and it was a hard no. So the guy knew this, and I know he knew it because he wouldn't come and say anything to me. Now he tried. He came over, and because we was at work or whatever, he came over to my workstation, and we just had like a casual conversation about work. And I was like, yeah, I'm tired. I'm ready to get off. I don't really like this job. This, that, the third. And he came and he tried to talk to me in that type of way. But he never asked me out on a date. He never said he was interested or anything. But then his friend came over and was like, "Hey, why did you diss my friend like that?" And I was like, "What you mean?" I said, "He didn't ask me out. He asked me about the job. We were having a casual conversation about the job." And that's when it clicked for me. This is when I knew that my morals and my standards were higher, right? So my thing is, women always feel like, well, I don't get hollered at the gas station. Men don't just come up to me, but that's because God has a protection over you because now you know who you are in Christ. You should feel so lucky to be overlooked because God has that one special man that He has been preparing for you, that He has been preparing for you and preparing you for. So you should feel so lucky to be overlooked, that you're just not as easily accessible that somebody says, hey, at the gas station, that you're not attracting low vibrational or low minded people who want to drag you down into their misery. You understand what I'm saying? So your spirit says no before your physical even had to, right? And that was what, when it clicked for me, is that my spirit said no, and I didn't even have to say anything because I was like, he didn't ask me out. We just had a regular conversation. I didn't know he liked me until you came over here and told me that I just dissed your friend. You understand what I'm saying? So that is when you have to realize that you are protected by God. That is God's protection. You understand? And that's the thing. Your spirit will say no to their spirit. You don't even have a chance. She's out of your league because the things that she's talking about, you wouldn't even be able to have an intellectual conversation with her. No, you feel it. You feel the energy. You understand what I'm saying? So in this single season, please don't waste it waiting for a man. Please don't waste it. Use it to get wisdom, to get discernment from the Lord. Use it to build your business. Use it to pour into yourself, to feel beautiful, to look beautiful. Use it to find out who you are. Do not waste your single season because don't make me mad. Don't make me mad. Don't waste your single season waiting on no man because God has that handle. You understand what I'm saying? God has everything handled from the Rudy to the Tootie, okay? So don't waste your single season waiting on a man that God has already prepared for you. Get prepared for that man. Become the wife so that when that man comes along, you guys can come into alignment with the will of God and you can grow together and your ministry will grow. You see that? I guess the Lord liked what I'm saying because He blowing the trees. It was confirmation because that happened one time when my apostle was speaking and he was like, look, that's the Lord. So yeah. Anyway, I love you and I'll see you in the next video.